Hey, how's it going everyone? Today we are going to talk about the next major update coming to Cyberpunk 2077 on December 5th. We go over metro stations, radios, and much more. If you have not subscribed, do that now, give this video a like, and let's go ahead and talk about it. The next update is going to be quite exciting with some features I did not expect. We know now that New Game Plus is not going to happen, but there is some good news because they have now introduced a few immersive features in patch 2.1. The first is going to be metro stations. This was a highly requested feature over the years. Paul Sosko mentioned that it only made sense because it was shown during the Cyberpunk 2020 trailer, then later on with Idris Elba during a train animation for Phantom Liberty. The metro station has a name which is called Night City Rapid Transit. Not only does it look cool, but it definitely is something you should see for yourself. If you take a look on the screen here, this UI shows different places to travel to. There is immersion with this because you can actually sit on the ride, observe the scenery around you, or if you like, you can take a look around in the train. But get this, if you're not into the idea of immersive gameplay, then you do have the option to skip this part and fast travel to where you need to go. In my opinion, I probably will not skip out on this because I think it's really cool that they have hidden some things within this, because even Paul Sosko mentioned that there are some things like that within this. Whether that possibly be an Easter egg, I'm not too sure, but they definitely did not want to bring up anything else. There is sort of another immersive side, I suppose. It's probably not considered immersive, but pretty much you will be able to receive a card and be able to use this for the metro station. Moving onwards, the next feature is going to be a portable radio called RadioPort. During the stream, Paul Sosko and the team have emphasized that they had a strong desire to enhance the game's immersion by definitely including something like this, which is going to be responding to a popular request, which was to introduce a portable radio, which is now going to be a notable feature. However, certain limitations exist. For instance, music will be muted in the metro during city exploration, quests, conversations, and crucial moments. Paul Sosko even mentioned that they did not want you to be able to be jamming out to some heavy music while Jackie was, being shot up or whatever. So that's just an example, but get this, there is going to be a user interface that will notify us players when the radio is muted, accompanied by a distinctive sound as well. The implementation ensures that the radio does not disrupt other elements of the game, for example, what I just mentioned before. And with the radio port, players can control the volume levels and switch stations as well, which, by the way, I am very fond of this idea of adjusting the volume from the UI instead of opening up the settings and changing things there. That would have just been a pain. So this is really cool and it's an awesome idea and I cannot wait to use it. The third and last immersive feature will be with Atom Smasher and bosses in general. They did not want to reveal too much on this because they would like us to figure this out on our own, which I do love the mystery behind that. So now with immersion being the key focus here, Powell discusses that there is something special being added to Atom Smasher. The team has integrated a Sandy animation from the Edgerunners, adding that cool trail that you would see with David Martinez or even Atom Smasher himself from the anime. This for sure is going to capture the Edgerunners essence, and notably Atom Smasher's behavior will now vary based on whether the player is a netrunner or not. During this stream, Powell intentionally refrains from revealing additional details, encouraging players to discover more about this on their own, which again, I'm okay with that. I think it's great to leave that mystery behind. It's more of a surprise than like, okay, we already knew about it. Now, moving away from immersive features, we're going to talk about vehicles, motorcycles specifically, and car races. Yes, so now if you can recall some of the missions from Claire, well, specifically the racing segment, well, now players can experience the thrill of replayable car races. These races can now be revisited. To unlock this feature, you do have to complete Claire's mission first. If you are successful when completing a race, you will be able to earn money, discounts, and access to new vehicles. The game has expanded its motorbike selection by incorporating 5 additional models. Not only did they add those additional vehicles, but they've also included a new gameplay feature for the motorcycle. We can now throw knives and axes while on motorcycles, introducing a dynamic combat element for sure. The update also introduces a new stunt like flips, wheelies, and even showcasing a clip of a circular maneuver inside of a sewage pipe or a sewer pipe. I don't know, that's what it looked like to me. Diving deeper into the game's lore, the developers have also introduced Johnny Silverhand's original car, the Porsche 911. So yeah, if you did not know, this is what Johnny Silverhand would originally drive around, and this is all from the lore, so it's pretty cool to see that they've introduced this to the game. Now, last but not least, they did mention something else within the stream, and this was the very last thing that they had to say. If you were a big fan of the car chases in Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, well, now you're going to be even more excited because there's going to be more car chases and more intense moments. So pretty much players can anticipate more intense car chases with rival gangs or factions actively seeking retaliation over time. This is definitely going to add another layer of sort of immersion, because really if you start to tackle these gang members and you start eliminating them, they're going to look out for you while you're driving, which is really cool. This keeps us on our toes and really enhances the overall excitement of the game, which I'm all for, and I think they did a great job by introducing something like that. The only thing that I did not see here was the Fidelity FX Super Resolution 3, which I'm sure some of you are absolutely looking out for. Sadly, this was not introduced into the stream, but I'm assuming maybe when the patch comes out, it will be there. I honestly couldn't tell you, but they did show some things with the accessibility tab. What they've done here is allowed you to turn off certain things. For example, larger HUD elements, remove HUD lens distortion, remove HUD visual effects, reduce HUD decorative elements, larger fonts, and center of screen dot overlay, which I'm not too sure what that is. I'm probably missing out right there, but I guess I'll find out eventually. These are some of the things that they've added to the accessibility. This right here might be a useful tab for you guys out there that are looking more into just customizing certain things or turning certain things off, so that might just be for you. Also, the developers mentioned that the patch notes for 2.1 will be released before the patch is actually out, so that's good news. You can take a look at that when it is available. This is all that they've mentioned within the stream, but I do want to give my honest opinion. The features and immersive stuff that they've added to this game is pretty cool, and I cannot wait to do so. The replayable car mission sounds great, but at the same time, I was looking forward to either doing something like a horde mode or possibly, you know, replaying the game again and being able to just do events over again to kind of just test my build out. So yes, sadly New Game Plus is not coming to Cyberpunk 2077, but there is some of those cool features that they've added. Yet again, I would have loved the idea of coming back to New Game Plus, or at least some sort of feature where I can just beat up a bunch of guys. Like literally, that's all I want to do is just go into the game, take out a bunch of enemies, and then just kind of roam around. There is no way to do this, really. I mean, there is. You definitely see some of the enemies in the alleyways and stuff like that. But I love the idea of just coming back to just beat up a bunch of people. It seems cool to me anyways. So now I want to ask you guys a question. How do you feel about this update? Because for me personally, I do not think it's that big to be excited for. I do think some of these changes are amazing, and I'm not knocking it. But I was definitely expecting New Game Plus, and I should have known that they were not going to add something like that, because I think in the past they have mentioned that they were not going to do this, so I guess it was something that they were going to follow through till the very, very end, and I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this update. Do you think it's going to be the best update that has ever arrived? Do you hope that there are some bug fixes along the way? Just let me know what you think. I appreciate everyone that has checked out the video recently. I'm struggling right now with life, so when you do come by and you subscribe and you check out the videos, it means just the freaking whole world to me, man. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all in the next video.